or different, I'll say, a position. And here I have seen a glimpse of the little bundle a few times. You will see it there. It's just suckling, and it just did a nice catwalk on top of its mom's back, which was super. I wish I could push the same button to see it do it again, but you can see it playing there. Yeah, mommy is, you can see the arm. I think this is going to be a lot of bonding between this young one and mom, because there's nobody else to play with. So mommy, you have to be my toy. And it's going to be lovely to see them play every day. I don't know if next it will be going on mom's back. Let's see. There it is. Are you gonna walk on mommy's back? Well, these young lions are born without teeth, and they grow them, but they lose their first set at very early age. There it is. Look at that. Yeah, the problem is it's facing away because I have driven around. Yeah, there it was. Very, very, very young. Yeah, and so they lose their first set and then grow the set that they're gonna carry for the rest of their lives at a very early age. So here I think it's just maybe growing the original set that it's gonna have for the rest of its life. And they're usually blind at birth, very much like our kitties at home. And their eyes are only open at very early, second week. Linda, Jambo, when do these cubs leave their mother? Oh, looks like there's a lion coming. Look at that. Is that Kijana? Okay. Linda and there's a female. Okay, let's see. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. She hasn't picked up that they're there. That's a collared female and Kijana. This is going to get very interesting. She hasn't picked up that, Kijana is heading towards her. Remember, he's a threat because he's a male. He might disturb the cub. Let's see. Okay, she's picked up. There is somebody coming. And let's see. Okay. Very alert. Ready for anything. That is not the look that you want if you are a lion, Staying very calm. I don't think they see her. She has seen them already. The cub is playing behind her. This is gonna get interesting, guys, because right this stage she's very, very protective. The cub is unaware, doesn't know the dangers lurking. It is not very big danger because they're part of the pride, but I don't think it's a right moment for them to meet the cub. So I don't think it's going to be a very good reception, especially for Kijana. And looks like he just overshoot the position. And you can tell that she's very down now. You see, okay, I think he has spotted her. What's going to happen? It is a tense moment. There we go. Yeah. Yes, like I said. Yes, she's not gonna let him. Yeah, she's not gonna let that guy come close to her cub. Yes, very interesting. That is what you get when you get close to a mummy with a cub. They don't back down to any lion or lioness. You did see for some seconds towards the end of the little scuffle that the lioness that was mating with Kijana almost joined in the fight to help this lone lioness. It is typical for them to join hands and fight off, males, even if they're their own. And that is enough for Kijana to understand that this is an area that you're not wanted. And if it tries to move again, it will happen again without any doubt. And here is another lioness that just appeared behind me. So looks like they were all not very far. And this is what I love about nature sometimes. You just stop somewhere and give it your time, and all of a sudden everything is revealed. They just come out. They just came out to say hello. All of them are around me, but I couldn't find them earlier. Now I don't know what's going to happen. She might decide to pick up the cub with her mouth and, take it with her. And with her picking up and moving with it, it means that, and Kijana will understand that he is not wanted. They are very, very protective and very aggressive. You saw that. Here we are with the lone cub. Looks like when mom went for the male, he came down and rolled that canyon all the way down. But now it's struggling to climb up. You can see mom is up there waiting for it to come, making sure that the male doesn't approach. Looks like it's a very difficult climb because every time it tries to climb, the ground is breaking, so it slides down. But it's the only one. Look at that. Mom is not worried at all. Can you hear the call? Yeah, looks like a male. I'm now happy that I know it's a male. And also, I was saying he, so it's a male. Look at that cutie. Very big paws and arms. Looks very healthy. That is a very serious, spot. It might roll down all the way down to the canyon. It's only halfway up, 3/4 up from below the canyon. It's very difficult for mom to go down there, so it's either gonna struggle to come up or roll all the way down so mom can go pick it up, because it is impossible for it to climb that incline. Every now and then it's calling. Looks like mom is not very concerned. She's seated up there, making sure that nobody approaches. Luckily, there's no more lions that I've seen around that can come from the canyon and try and disturb it. The intention is not to kill it, but it is not the right time for them to meet the cub, and that's why mom is trying to keep them at bay. She might look like she's very relaxed, but I tell you, right now, she's thinking a lot. A lot is going on in that head. Yeah, the cubby is still there. What is going to happen to you, cubby? Are you going to roll down, or are you going to be able to climb up? Yeah, very, very healthy little one. This is only not 2 months, I would say 6 weeks. Yeah, but very, very healthy. You see, when they're young, they have spotty-like, but as they age, they lose them. Victoria, why does mom not get her cub? Well, the situation here is very tense. If she loses sight of those lions and lionesses on top there, they might come towards her, and that's what she doesn't want. She would prefer to keep an eye on the lion and the lioness and continue listening to the cub instead of going to rescue it, because she doesn't want to go there and then they follow her. It's like giving the exact position where the cub is. That is what is happening. But if it was on a flat ground, the cub would have made it towards mom quite easily. And also, she doesn't know what the cub is facing over there. She's hoping that it's gonna manage and climb up and meet her. The cub does know that mommy is not very far, and that's why it is trying very hard to climb that loose, steep bank. Maybe you need to change position, little guy. It is very tough. It is a situation that you don't wanna, young cub to be in. Remember, this is nature, and there's nothing we can do. I must tell you that all is well for this cub. Mom doesn't know it's very steep. The better side of her is she's trying to keep those lions at bay, but eventually she's gonna go and join the cub. Either she's gonna go down the canyon and then the cub is gonna walk down towards her. Can you hear the call? I don't know how it got down there. It could have rolled down and then tried to climb that wall, and then it came to where it is. There is a little spot where it's sitting. It's not as steep, but everywhere else it's loose bank and soil. What are you gonna do, little guy? Okay. Gathering some courage. Also very scared. The facial expression is, trying to scare anything that's trying to watch her. We're quite a distance, and it doesn't know we're here, we're watching. Yeah, here there comes mom. She's walking towards her. I don't know what's gonna happen here. I don't know if she's gonna make call it to give it some encouragement, but you can tell she is concerned. It's not very far distance. It's like 6 feet, the distance from her mouth to the cub, but it is very steep. Yeah, that is the call of desperation with the cub. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, it's not me. This might get interesting because I don't know if she's gonna find a place to go down and collect it or fetch the. Okay, what are you gonna do, mommy? I'm sure the cub. Okay, there we go. Look at these guys. Yeah, mommy's love. Look at the encouragement it's given the cub. It's trying to come up, but she backed up too quickly. She thought it was making it. She backed up. You need to go down, mommy. Okay, there we go, guys. It's too steep for her also to go down. She really wants to go down. Okay, she really wants to go down, but it's very steep. Now they both can see each other. She still has to be wary of those, those other pride members. Yeah, that is the call of desperation with the cub. It's like, what are you doing, mommy? Yeah, Oops! Oh! Okay, at least they are reunited somewhere down there. Yeah. About the little incident we just came, through. Yeah, well, the lioness went down. There was a lot of calling down there. Looks like there was a bit of bonding between the mother and cub, and then it went quiet. So I decided to leave, but I'll be going there later on this afternoon. But all was well. They were down there, reunited. I couldn't see them, and that's how I left. But it seems like she wasn't going to come up. Maybe later on this evening she will come up, but all is well.
Having a drink from this wallow. Oh no, car, come on, stay on the rocks. Struggling a little bit with the rock and the way that the rock is kind of sitting. So let me put a handbrake on. There we go. That should hold it now. It's the only problem with being on rocks sometimes is that you do slip a little bit. And that is as good as one could ever ask for, that's for sure. Wow. Like I said, it's been one of those sightings that you've always wanted and dreamed of, so it's just super special. Chad, it has been reported before of a leopard taking on a stray cub, but it was related in some way. So it was the mother of the daughter who had the cub. So it does happen. But it's not a common thing, no. It's very, very, very seldom do you actually see fostering of cubs in leopards. You can imagine they generally are quite sort of aggressive towards one another when it comes to that. Whew. This is as good a sighting as you could ever ask for. We've got them grooming, we've got them interacting. So a little bit of patience and waiting for them this afternoon to decide what they wanted to do has certainly paid off, that's for sure. Oh, he looks like he's absolutely loving that. I wonder where Mom went. She can't have gone far. She was obviously just appeared on top of the rocks while we were sitting with him. We saw him come down the tree and trot this way, so we knew something had to be here. And generally, that's going to be Mom when you see those kinds of things. Mom is generally one of the only motivators for a leopard to come down a tree when hyena's around. But wow, that's special. Sure. Like I say, being absolutely thoroughly spoilt by these two. And the setting is just as good as one could ever imagine. Looks like he's loving it, doesn't he? Or maybe not so much. He just poured Mom to the face. Hello, Mom. Give me a cuddle. Look at that. Oh, that is sweet. And the youngest I've ever seen a leopard kill is at 4 months old, which was a duiker that was brought back to it alive. And it's actually Tiani, so one of the leopards from the west. She managed to grab this duiker at 4 months old and a little baby and kill it. But, I mean, they make kills when they're young, like lizards. It depends what you want to define as a kill. So, you know, are we talking impalas or are we talking lizards and insects? Those are two very different things. Generally, impalas will be when they sort of reach a year old and onwards, they can start trying their luck with those kinds of things. Oh, look at that paw over the head. That's sweet. Nothing like a little bit of love between leopards. You see he's grooming her back now. I always love watching the meetup of a mom and a cub. It's just like one of those intimate moments into a life of an animal that is generally so regarded as so reclusive and shy that when you actually get that and you're able to, spend time with them doing this kind of stuff, you realize just how lucky you are and how special it is to be allowed into this little window of a leopard's life in order to see the kind of intimate moment between it and its cub. Awesome. You can see what I'm saying about the view. That is kind of iconic Africa in so many respects. These rocks, this beautiful light, clouds in the background, and two spotty cats in the foreground. It's as good as it gets. A beautiful little waterhole to drink from as well, with that green surrounding their face. But look at that. Isn't that magnificent? It's kind of something out of a painting almost, in many respects. It'd be nice if they came and lay right on the rock, but beggars can't be choosers, as they say. And we've got as good as what we could probably ask for, that's for sure. Now, I don't think that they'll stay on this rock for that long. I suspect that what we're going to find is that they're going to have a little drink, and then you'll find that Thandi's probably going to start moving on. She'll go on her territorial patrol and go and look for signs of food or anything that she can in order to kind of just keep this little hungry mouth at bay. You can imagine he's getting big now, so he eats a lot. So there's going to be a lot that she needs to do in order to sustain this little monster. She's also getting grumpy with him now. A little bit of love is good, but not too much. Oh, that's cool. You're going to come for another drink? Are you thirsty, boy? Look at that. You can even see the reflection in the water. Don't pee in the water now. Nature observer, it's about as good as one could ever ask for. It really is. What are you doing? Are you weeing in the water? It's got his tail in the water. That's a Hosana move. We used to see Hosana doing this quite regularly. I've seen Tlalamba do it too with her tail. But it looks like he's going to the loo in the water itself, which is really not ideal. And she's not happy about it either. Thandi's like, I was about to drink there. Why are you going in the water? Not acceptable. And you have a wet tail now that she has to groom and fix. This little guy is actually getting more and more personality. The more I spend time with him, the more I enjoy his antics. He's chasing flies now. What are you doing, you silly sausage? He's such a clown, this cat. Young male leopards have got to be some of the most amazing cats to follow. They just have something about them that makes them super entertaining to watch. They generally get up to mischief and cause all kinds of issues in terms of their mom and... Oh, she's just sitting right here. Look at that. A Thandi smile. You can see that tail. Often you guys ask us about what indicates when a leopard is upset. So look at the tail. Look how it's flicking up and down. And her visual kind of showing of teeth, that's all displaying to you to say, I'm not happy. Stop it. Leave me alone. I don't want you to come near me. You're making too much trouble. And she's going to come down right past us. Hello, my girl. Bless you. Sneezy cat. Why are you so grumpy? I wonder if she's going to go back to where that kill was, in case there was some of it left. It could very well be where she's heading. There they go. Look at that little white tail. Isn't that cute? What are you doing in front here? That is super, super, super special. I'll take that as a ridiculously good sighting. I wonder if he thinks he's going to be led back towards food. She's going straight to where that kill was this morning, even though I doubt that there is anything left there. All right, well, we're going to follow them, see where they go. In the meantime, we'll see if maybe potentially find food, and whether or not Trishala's had any luck. It sounds like she has.
As an elephant, she's very good at the leopard slip, let me tell you. Very good. The famous slip has been learned by Big Mama Ellie. Oh, I love it. You can actually see that she's pregnant. Watch when Panda goes close in. She's still got some pretty heavy mammary glands. And she's got a nice bulge on her side there as well. There you can see her nipples sticking out. Now this young calf would definitely still be taking advantage of that, but you can also see she's quite bulgy on the sides. Oh, this is amazing. I am losing my mind right now. Do you remember yesterday? Myself and Panda found a small family of elephants with a very pregnant cow and 3 slightly older calves. 1 small, 1 medium, 1 large. This is the cow. Remember, she had 2 ticks on her breast in between her there you can see the ticks, in between her mammary glands, just on the breastbone. She had a baby. Literally, this is a less than 1 day old baby. Less than 1 day old. I am losing my mind. And it's another male. She has a trait for males, this mama. Oh my gosh. You can still see all of the hairs on its body. It's still wobbly. It's still trying to meet the family, let alone try and walk in a straight line. This thing is so freshly newborn. It is amazing. Oh. If you can fit under the chest of your slightly older sibling, you are really, really tiny. Okay, we are going to have to be patient because the herd does want to protect him. And we don't want to move the car being so close. He's going to panic. He's not used to the sound of cars yet. So we're just going to let him move and we'll just watch. Oh. You can see it's still got blood on it. It's literally still got blood on it. Be interesting to see there. Mom, look at her back legs. Look at the back of her back legs. She's still got blood on her as well. See all that fluid? Look there. She gave birth today. Oh my gosh. This is mind-blowing. Okay, I'm going to see if now that they're a bit further, I can maybe roll forward. No. Oh, gee, that worked. We're bouncing in our seats. It's working. Oh my gosh, teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. We're rolling. Okay, I'm going to stop here for now. This is incredible. It's still got blood on it. Look at those ears. Oh, Eugene, I can't express the feeling of seeing new life when it is this new. That's the wrong elephant. That's not your mama, baby. That's an older sibling. You can see it's trying to guide it with the trunk. But I mean, look how out of proportion this little, this little thing is. It can't even use its trunk. That's the wrong elephant. That's not your mama. I think this thing is literally a few hours old. Oh, look how pink it is behind the ears. This is by far the youngest elephant I've seen in a long time. I did see an elephant as it was getting up after birth at Ngala. But that was a once in a lifetime. I've never seen one in the open like this that is this young. Look how mom's stepping in between us and baby. Very protective. So we were talking about how protective elephants can be early in what they do. This is an example. Nothing is even threatening the baby, but mom knows there's something else here. Let's just make a boundary. Let's make a barrier. Oh my goodness. New life at its finest. Now, interestingly enough, gee, if you have a look at the elephant to the left, the smallest one, other than newborn, look at its hind end as well. It's got a bit of a mess on its right hip and its tail. Having a look at that, do I think that that's water that has been splashed, or do I think that that's maybe mom having messed a bit in the process? Maybe water having... But it stands out, doesn't it? Oh my goodness. Still the wrong elephant, baby. That's not your mum. That's your older brother. It is so clumsy when it's with its trunk. When we got here, it had its trunk in its mouth like a dummy, and it was just sucking and sucking and sucking like a pacifier. And baby elephants really do enjoy doing that. It's a way of practicing how to get the trunk into the mouth when you're feeding later on in life. Nini, you are 7 years old. Thank you so much for your question. This little one probably has a few teeth. I wouldn't think many. So remember, elephants go through 6 sets of teeth. Each set lasts about 10 years, and they do have to break through the gums a little bit. So it's got probably a few little teeth that are very close to the surface showing, but soon enough they'll be out, because it's going to be drinking milk mostly, but it is going to slowly start putting solid things in its mouth. As it gets to about a month old, it should already be eating quite a bit. So it might have some little teeth very, very close to the surface that you could probably actually feel and see. If you put your finger into the mouth and rub your finger along the gums, you'd be able to feel them and probably see the white as well. Oh my goodness, I can't believe how fresh this is. I'm repositioning in my seat a little bit. You might hear me moving. I want to have a better view of this mama. Look how she's sniffing me, the mom. She's turned her trunk towards me because she heard me moving in my seat. This is so cool. Wowee, this is absolutely incredible. We're going to try and change the angle up a little bit, but for now we'll send you over to Cedric to see if he had any luck. Well done. We are still following our little elephant family, and it is amazing to see this little one already exploring at such a young age, literally still covered in afterbirth and blood, and exploring, using its trunk, looking up at the trees, showing off its very cute little pink toenails. Amazing. I can't believe, I saw her last night. I wonder where she gave birth. Probably somewhere in the drainage line, in the thickets. You can actually see it's still a bit unsure of its steps. It's walking very clumsily, like it's got stiff legs still. Imagine, you spend 22 months inside a fluid-filled sack inside another animal. Your mum. And now you've got to learn how to walk. Crazy. Now, just to expand a bit further on the teeth that this little one will have, it will only have temporary teeth as well when they do cut through nicely. And you can see why. It can barely walk, let alone feed itself. It's trying to look for milk on every elephant it can. But if there are any other questions, or maybe you've seen an elephant birth before, or an animal birth, please let me know if you have any comments, anything like that. I mean, this is an absolutely incredible moment. Knowing that I saw them yesterday and just straight over to a newborn today is unreal. Absolutely unreal. Maybe give me one word for this tiny baby elephant, a newborn Ellie. Have you ever seen this before? Tell me how seeing a newborn elephant makes you feel. Lance, no, the father elephants don't have any form of parental role in the young elephants' lives. They simply move, trying to lie down but can't find a comfy position. They move in to mate with females when they are coming into estrus. They move out again because they're not tolerated in the herd. They could really injure some little calves if they stick around and start fighting with each other or something like that. The only time that they might play a role is later on in life, when the young males in particular get to between 12 and say 15 years old. They hit their adolescent or their teen years. When that happens, then they get kicked out of the herd, and then they might join a bachelor herd that might include their father. And that's when the parental role kind of comes in, because the large big elephant bulls, the old bulls, will start teaching the young bulls, especially the teenagers, manners and respect, and how to be a big male elephant. So that's kind of where the role comes in. Other than that, no, not at all. So this is clearly a young male. I don't think he's quite learned how to deal with everything that he has to deal with right now. He's definitely not used to this yet. I mean, he can literally barely put one foot in front of the other. Fish eagles calling, hippos calling back, and a family of elephants with an hours-old newborn walking away. Just perfect. It's tough to even spot where she and the little calf might be in here. Ah, there, they just walked through the back. There she goes, wet back legs. Joining the family for a drink. Oh, baby hyena, your one word for this is bliss. I agree. Absolute bliss seeing a newborn elephant calf. So special, and it just seems to be getting better and better, doesn't it? You wouldn't think there's so many elephants. They're all packed so tightly together, you can only see a few. Kay, your one word for this is adorable. It literally cannot be anything but adorable. Honestly, wow, that little Ellie calf was so tiny. Absolutely adorable. I could not agree with you more. Mhlambe ndlovu achetomati, nothing else that I've copied. Oh, Anna Marie, that might be my favorite one. You tend to do a lot of my favorites, it seems. One word, privileged. Absolutely, that says everything. So privileged. What a moment to witness a whole family together, knowing that there is a few hours old calf in there. And I mean, how much did that mom trust her? She let us get so close. They actually came to us with that little calf. They came closer. That is so special. See how tightly they're packed though? They're still trying to protect that little one in there. They've only just met it and immediately the family instinct is there. I must protect the little one. Wow. And there they go towards the clearing slowly. Guinea fowls coming down next to them. Oh, what a privilege indeed. My day has officially been made.